Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament for 2019-2020. This is game one of a potential triple header today for you on Speed Gaming. This is game one between zerorush and ChristosOwen. I'm Mercer. I'm joined today by zerorush. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. How about yourself, sir?
Pretty good. Looking forward to seeing this one. Our runners have a little bit of time here before they're going to get started, but definitely one of the most hyped matchups for this first round. The brackets are crazy as a whole, stacked, but I expect 3 good races today, hopefully.
Yes, this is one heck of a throwback to the spring 2017 tournament. ChristosOwen, of course, being the second place finisher of that tournament. zerorush, I believe he was like least top 16. I could be wrong, but they were both in that tournament, and that was our first wild ride into the Link to the Past rando.
Yeah, that one predates me watching a lot of these, but I'm definitely familiar with both these runners. You see them around a fair amount, and I'm really expecting to get a show today. This being game one, it's just going to be our normal tournament settings of 7-7 open.
Which means 7 crystals to open up Ganon's tower, 7 crystals to beat Ganon, and you still actually have to beat it. Is the defeat Ganon goal, so you have to beat Ganon's tower.
Yeah, there are a few other settings that the loser of this game can tweak for game two, but for this race, it's just going to be those most common settings. We'll see if they have any early divergence or if they both go for the same opening route.
Who knows? It was New Year's Eve yesterday, and who knows how drunken or hungover each of these runners are. And well, they're both going to start with Link's house with a piece of heart.
And we get a quick map check. All red in the light world. 5-6 crystals at Hera and Desert, and the red pendant over at Eastern.
That's a pretty early Pyramid Fairy, if possible. But then again, we still need to get to Dark World, so I'm going a few steps ahead.
Yeah, Desert actually has a surprisingly high entrance requirement in terms of items for it. A bottle off of Uncle. We did see the tier 1 tree pull. It is just single rupees, which is not useful.
Not unless they have to do the Trolleys Zora farm. But a early bottle is really good, especially since their next move is pretty much going to be Kakariko Village. You take out one of those chicks out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to take different routes over towards the village. Christos taking the south route to farm up a couple of bombs. zerorush heading towards Lost Woods.
And it should be noted that the Sanctuary had the Hyrule, the sewers keys, so there's potentially an item in the Dark Cross.
I didn't quite catch what was on the race game there.
Oh, first sword in the race game. Ooh, that's a good find. I had to watch the restream. I was like, huh? What? That looked like a bug net. Nope, that's better.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. That is the only bomb Christos had. But you're definitely going to pick it up.
Yeah, potentially he may have to farm either the well or Blind's Hut just to get some more rubies to get more bombs, or try to be lucky and get a bomb bombs from a chest.
Just a big 20 in the library. We didn't catch what was in Lost Woods on Zero's side, but we're seeing Blind Side out now.
And speaking of, I did say they could find bombs as well as an ice rod in a chest, and wow.
Always nice to get that ice rod out of the way early. It is sort of a weapon. It kills many things, but the Zero Rush will get that sword anyway, most likely.
Of course, early ice rod usually means pendant TR. There's no statistics to it, but it's just an interesting feeling. And it looks like Cackwell bailed out Christos because there's also a 3 pack of bombs there. Plus a lot of money.
Yeah, that would have been a little inconvenient for him if he'd had to come back over after getting the ones off of the Blind Side out. We're gonna have Master Sword very early, as Bottle Vendor has one as well.
Bottle vendor really being weaponsmith, I guess, or weapon seller. And looks like Chad is telling us that Zero might have found the gloves in the Lost Wood.
Yeah, we'll probably get confirmation on that for the exact location on Christos' side momentarily.
Unless he skips it, which I don't believe he usually does. So Christo's gonna check the mushroom spot first, and yep, that's where our glove was. And the thief drop was just a vanilla piece of heart.
Yep, Zero gonna get Master Sword. Pretty friendly to get Master Sword this early. Might point to an AGA 1 seed, but it's kind of early to say that.
Yeah, we still have a lot of checks to do, plus to get that into Logjit, I believe. I know Fire Rocket will turn to light up some of the torches, but I believe there are places in AGA 1 that require the lamp.
Yeah. To have it logically required, you have to have the lamp. There are only 3 locations that the Fire Rod brings into logic. It's Dark Cross, Armos Nights, if the big key is not in its vanilla location, and the money rooms in Pod.
Speaking of Dark Cross, Christos just found the map at in the back of Escapes, so he knows there's an item at Dark Cross.
Yeah, depending on what this is, we may or may not be able to see it on his screen.
Meanwhile, on Zero Rush's side, 10 arrows inside the dam. After he made a miscue and tried to go into Dark World, forgetting, whoops, I don't have Hammer or Moon Pearl.
Just a big 20 in Dark Cross. Quake in the flooded spot, though.
Yeah, nice early medallion to find. Still don't know if Meyer or TR are required, but it's nice to have a little bit of peace of mind. Master Sword beams making easy work of the mini Moldorms. Let's see what we have. It's 20 rupees, 20 rupees. Aforementioned hammer, more 20 rupees at more 20 rupees.
So 4 out of 5 vanilla, but that's a big upgrade on the thief item.
Zero Rush doing a slightly modified version, going to Ice Rock Cave, deciding to fake flipper a little bit. Wonder if he's gonna go to Zora straight afterward or just save and quit. He does have the money for Zora, but no Moon Pearl means he can't get into Waterfall Fairy.
Yeah, Zora is in logic because of that glove. Christos quaking down these mini Moldorms. Didn't have the full health for the beams.
Now, looks like Zero is gonna go for some of the fake flipper checks right now. So, what do you think their next planet attack would be? Hit up Death Mountain, go to Eastern, or go to Front of Escape?
I would guess at least Sahasrara if we don't find anything from these flipper checks. Up the mountain is really disheartening. It's only 2 items and they're not in logic.
Well, we'll see. Well, yeah, 2 items, and then you can see a third.
Right, but you can just get 3 from Sahasrara and then you can continue for at least 2 more in Eastern. It's pendant Eastern, so you're not even sentencing yourself necessarily to a double dip.
Looks like Christos is going up the mountain pretty early. No, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe is he gonna check Lumberjack first?
Yeah, we don't know if Zero Rush did this check or not, so we'll see what it is. If he did, it's nothing.
Yeah, the item kind of blew 3 times over. Let's see what Zora has for us today, and it's a 10% return. So Flipper's checks not really paying off so far.
Yeah, there's Bombos off the old man. Christos not even going up, just getting that save quit point.
That's fair. Plus we got 2 of the 3 medallions.
Yeah, Bombos could also be our way into ice.
So Christos now off to Sahasrara. Back of the closet. We got 3 items. Maybe head into Eastern if there's nothing there for another 3 items, possibly.
It's Christos' last bomb again. But there's our Dark World access. So save quit out.
Yep, nice to find that Moon Pearl right behind Sahasrara. And looks like he's gonna take the Skullwoods, the Village of Outcasts route. Zerorush is gonna get his Dark World access. Will he route differently than Christos?
Possibly he does have more bombs, which I think is at least influencing Christos' start. Christos did get a bomb off of the 50-50 spot there, which is nice game knowledge.
Looks like Zerorush is still gonna check the Sphere 1 spots in Eastern, even though it is pendant. It's pretty Eastern's pretty quick, so it's not a bad time loss. I don't think. Okay, we got our early pendant TR guess. Well, it is a pendant TR. Plus, we have green pendant thieves.
Yeah, Green Pendant Thieves is a little bit of a decision point here early. They do have Hammer, but we'll see if they don't go in at all. Just check the front, or if somebody actually does an early clear.
I imagine that they'll probably check the front 4 first. If there's, wow, okay, that beat
Christos, why?
really. Okay, my ears, they're gonna go nuts soon, but whatever. What was that? I didn't even see that second item or second chest in Eastern. Dang, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, I would assume that if they find only like 1 item in the front 4, they might go and do the rest of Thieves Town.
So far, Eastern not really panning out with anything.
Skullwoods seems to also be bone dry for items, though the crystals did just find the full card container. And can't really check much else besides the pinball room, which used to just have a key, but to prevent soft locks, but you can always save and quit. Nope, everything else is the backup skull.
Just money in Eastern.
And on Zerorush is on to the cave formerly known as Hype. But with the way the dungeons and their items they've had so far, there might be something there. Christos, finding a shovel in a C-shaped house would be nice if he had a mirror to route his hype cave travel in. So chess game had money. First item in hype cave was money, then arrows, then heart piece, and more money, and the
Hey,
fire rod.
that's really nice, actually. Zero Rush will be able to clear Skullwoods on the first trip there. They give that a you needed the fire rod to complete the seed out of 10.
So first item in thieves, not really helping. Stumpy only had some bonds. Obligatory big key in the first 4 chests of thieves, and finally a compass. And Christos is going to go to the back.
I mean, with that green pendant, there are essentially, 4 items in the back? I didn't see if the first one was an item with the map.
I believe it was an item, but I could be wrong. A lot of digs for a dig game, and counting at least 20, almost 25. And just for bombs, he dug up a landmine.
Alright, chat's telling me it was a heart piece in the front, so we've got 3 items in here in the green pendant.
And if one of those items, as Chad was saying, is a small key, then most definitely there's going to be something in the big chest. And sunlight room only having a piece of heart as well. Zero Rush gonna start his journey into the village of Outcast. Probably gonna go north to Skullwoods first though, with that fire rod.
Yeah, Fire Rod plus Master Sword is not a terrible Skullwoods, although 5 hearts is a little concerning for somebody like me. It looks like he might head towards Outcasts.
Yeah, I think Zero Rush is probably thinking the same thing as you just said. The heart count isn't really helpful. Maiden Cell ironically has the lamp.
Yeah, that's not too surprising. We haven't had any real push even towards Dark Rooms at all yet.
And even then, those dark rooms that we do have are very easy for these runners, so the lamp is pretty negligible.
Yeah, for Christos, that is a fire source for like Basement of Hera or Finishing Desert, but we'll get the fire rod pretty soon, I'm guessing.
And as Blind says, any old sword can make the cut here because it doesn't matter which weapon you use, it only takes 9 hits to take down Blind. Thanks for giving us advice on how to beat you, Blind. And we have our first dungeon down, though not our first crystal.
Yeah, it's hard to really call that worth the time unless the green pendant ends up being necessary. But both runners are going to do it, so it evens out.
So just kind of keep in my head, but it looks like our only two places of logical progression could be. Oh well, there's actually I take that back. I was thinking just the inside spec rock as well as what was the one place? No, I have to add pod in because they haven't gone there yet. But not having the bow and potentially need but they have potions or they have bottles, so they can get potions for that and use the potion glitch.
Yeah, I mean, there's also Pyramid Ledge. There's Catfish. There's a number of other little one-off locations.
Also, the back of Skull, since they do have Fire Rod, and I'm assuming now that Zero has a few more hearts, well, one more heart, he'll try go up for Skull. And as Chad pointing out, we did forget that they didn't do the front of escape yet. So Christos now eastbound, probably gonna head to Pyramid Ledge, then to Pod. While Zero Rush is starting up the blind fight, as everybody else has said. It's a scripted fight, and he was pretty much on script. Takes blind down and gets his green pendant. And the ledge is just the red boomerang, which Christos is not going to pick up.
Yeah, I guess not worth the extra 10 seconds or so to him.
There's some different trains of thought of which boomerang is better, but I'm not going to get into that argument.
It's the red one. The red one lets you swim.
Yes, the Ancilla glitches, which help do splash deletion, which help with fake flippers, though there are other setups besides the red boomerang.
Oh, and the flute on Catfish. That's pretty big. That is logical access up to that Bombos medallion, at least.
No, Lamp was still logical access because it was Old Man.
So that doesn't actually get us anywhere for the moment, but still nice to have. Also definitely required because Misery Mire is a crystal.
Indeed. Plus, it's fast travel everywhere. Well, once you activate it.
Gonna turn in that shovel as well. Let's see how this goes. It is 1 arrow.
Wow, Crystals decides to regale us with the flute theme. I imagine that Crystals might do a quick check of the desert ledge in Agina, since that flute will make it a lot faster.
Yeah, it's only one item we can actually get right now.
And the goose is loose. And Zero Rush is heading to the back of Skull. And it looks like Crystals might be doing the same thing based off his routing.
Yeah, you're right here. There's still item in here.
And it's a crystal dungeon, so why not?
Plus, he knows there's a good chance Zero Rush is gonna clear this on the first try. So if it is a progression item, doesn't want to get too far behind.
So Zero Rush going into the Mothula fight. One of the more annoying fights in Link to the Past, because the Mothra doesn't take damage when you hit into spikes. Guess what? Those spikes also move a lot, and you have a conveyor belt. But Mothula has been taken down very quickly by Zero Rush, only for the big key. Ugh.
Gets the fight cleanly. Let's see.
Wait, did Zero Rush check the bottom of the back of Skull? I didn't see him. Check the bridge chest.
No. Maybe hoping that Big Chest has it, and then going back there and save quitting if he has to. No mirror makes that big key location pretty obnoxious.
But it was a good call because the second item in Skull was in the big chest.
Christos needing to do some spike dodging here. Oh no, and takes a hit from Mothula. Our bumper ledge has tempered sword today. Probably pick that up if you happen to be in the area with the cape, but
It's nice to keep on your mind at the very least. Because while these runners are well versed in Master Sword Silverless Ganon, I'm not sure if they really want to do that. And Zero Rush is going to try for the current jump with an interesting setup I haven't seen, throwing it onto the cliff and then jumping. But unfortunately, he doesn't get it with that setup, so he decides to save and quit.
Yeah, kind of interesting to see somebody going for that when you don't have to. Christos has a much better fight the second time around and gets his big key.
And Zero Rush is gonna clear out another Sphere 1 location in the front of Hyrule Castle. Wow, Christos is going to be disappointed with the bridge chest item being, I'm assuming, a key, because I think we've seen everything else.
Yeah, Zero Rush doesn't know this is 3 items. We've already seen the map and small key in here. The first one's just a big 20, though.
And I believe he checked the Dark Cross, if I recall correctly. I know Christos is. I'm not sure about Zero Rush. Alright, piece of second item at front escape.
All right, last chance for this to pay off, and it does. There's the red cane.
Yeah, that's necessary with just the metal and the Titan's metal away from Mire access. Though we're also a Titan's metal away from pendant TR access. So Crystal's gonna check the spec rock items. Outside is just 20 rupees, and inside is a bow.
That's got to be annoying for him. He was in this area earlier. Not really a huge deal. Would have let him to pod earlier.
I would imagine he's gonna flute to 5 after he gets that bow. Or just saving quick first, then flute to 5.
Yeah, even with the currently slowed saving quits, I think it's a lot quicker to save and quit out of there.
Even slower when you get hit by a cabbage. Alright, Christos has not checked the East Sahasrans and the eastern area, so he'll be getting his, what was second or what was in the back of Sahasra? It wasn't anything, right?
It was the Moon Pearl.
Oh, he needs to get. Oh, he got the Moon Pearl already, of course. He just needs to check that green pendant, which was nothing, and now he's gonna flip back to 5 and go full clear pod.
We'll see if Zero Rush does catfish before pod.
I don't know. I would think that because he can full clear right now, he might skip out on catfish till maybe afterward, unless he gets there's something else in pod.
Yeah, and I'm kind of suspecting there's going to be something else in pod. There's a lot of items in here. There aren't that many other places we can go.
At this point, Dark Palace has to be a treasure pod. There's no, as you said, there's no other place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some other places, but just on the volume play, I think this is going to have it.
So front of pod was not bow locked. There was a key in the first chest. As per pod shenanigans, more keys. There has to be at least 4 in the front, I believe, in pod.
Hey, Vanilla, big key.
Not even rando. Also, shout out to Behold1980 for their Twitch Prime sub to Speed Gaming 2. Thank you for the sub. So answer questions in chat. Christos' cane is at the in Zelda cell in the front of Scape, and Zero's flute is at the catfish. As Crystal finds the flippers.
Yeah, those flippers don't unlock a lot we haven't already seen yet. If we get mitts, they logically unlock. Ice, if we get the mirror, then we can at least go into swamp. Although not clear it without the hook shot.
They do have Waterfall Fairy, which Zero orphaned, as I recall, because of the lack of Moon Pearl at the time. Also, nice, beautiful hammer young by Christos.
You're right, I'm not sure why I thought we had already seen that. But that is 2 more spots.
Well, normally we do see the Waterfall Fairy on a fake flippers check, but we didn't get Pearl until afterwards, since it was at the Sahasala's hut. So another bottle of green goo, yet another key. Was that all of our small keys, or are we missing one?
We're missing at least one because of this door he's opening now.
Which means that was probably key for a key, but it was also, because of the hammer young routing, that was also his best way to exit. off to take on Helmosaur. Also, thank you, Illis24, for the raid of 13. Hello, Raiders. How you guys doing today? How's your New Year starting off so far? Have we seen any other items besides flippers and flippers and bottle and pod so far?
Nothing of use. There is going to be an item on Helmosaur.
Yes, Christos' maps show that he does have all the dungeon items. So, Helmosaur fight incoming. It takes either 14, was it 12 to 14 hammer hits to the mask, or if you want to follow Nintendo Power, use 4 bombs, but that's way slower. And the mask comes off, and then you follow up with smacks to the jewel, whether you use arrows, sword, or a hammer if you really want to be fun.
It's
But,
17 hits.
Oh, it's 17. Oops. I'm thinking Ganon fight numbers, excusez-moi. But ChristosOwen takes down Helmosaur. Only gets 20 rupees, but we get our second crystal of the match. And yes, chat, we're gonna be enduring that very fast heartbeat for the rest of this match.
Well, I hope not. Hopefully he doesn't sit in low health that long.
Okay, I was kind of wondering what Christos is doing, but it looks like he's doing his flippers checks right now, since he opted out of them at the start.
Yeah, both of our runners are up kind of obnoxious checks on each other. Zerorush needs to make it to Catfish at some point. Christos needs to make it to Form of Escape.
And with that lull, because I posted a few links in chat. Please follow our runners for they're putting on this great race for us. Also, please follow my fellow commentator Mercer as well as our tracker Linsith. I can't pronounce that. Don't follow me. I don't actually stream.
There's our progression off Flipper's the smallest shield.
So, our next progression is Agina? Is that all we have left?
Let's see, I think it might be. We can't get very far on the mountain still without either hookshot or mirror. I don't remember if they found only 2 items in Eastern is the other thing. I don't know if there is an item on Armos Nights.
So, which horrible chick would you want to do first? Let's see where Christos is going to flew it off to. And it's to number 4.
I forgot Christos had isolated this.
Right, his bomb situation at the start was less than ideal. But it's good that he remembered this, because that would have been painful. And looks like Christos is going to take his first dip into Eastern.
Yeah, so really any of Hookshot, Mirror, or Titan's Mitts opens up just a ton of stuff. Book also opens up, at least Desert.
And zerorush. Looks like he's taking the slow walk to Agina.
Yeah, no flute, so has to do this from Link's house.
So let's see what Agina has. Our mirror.
Yeah, that was a heart piece, so that means Armos does not have an item because there were too many chests in here, I believe.
Okay, zerorush is gonna do the most logical thing with that mirror. He's gonna go to swamp and clear it out.
I mean, not all of it unless the hookshot's in there.
Well, there is that. Vanilla hookshot, anybody? He could also do the mirror checks right now, so he's gonna do K45 first, and then head back to swamp and see what's in there.
I feel like he'll probably do Death Mountain, but we'll see. Yeah, it's like 10 items between Hera and East Death Mountain.
Yeah, that makes sense compared to 4 out of possibly 4 out of 6 items with their current loadout for swamp.
At best, minus however many of map and compass you find. Christos is going to get that red cane here in a minute.
Which will also allow him to logic out that there's something at Agina, which happens to be the mirror.
Yeah, it's probably better for them they did this first. The mirror is going to unlock a lot.
So first to chest and hair with the big key and 3 bombs. Unfortunately, no hook shot to do the hero pot, so we're gonna do this the standard way.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of runners will do it the standard way anyway, but especially bootless. But given that Zero Rush fake flippered to save about a second and a half earlier.
Now Zero Rush on the Moldorm fight. He's got 2 spin slashes down, 3 spin slashes with the Master Sword. Takes down our trolley boss here for 5 rupees. No trip to Hera basement required. And there's a ledge, didn't have anything but 10 sticks. And Christos gonna be reflecting upon the item at Egina and wondering why didn't I check this earlier.
Yeah, at this point, Zero's got the crystal advantage, but I think Christos is at an advantage. That flute location is going to be very bad for Zero at this point. Catfish is completely isolated. The only check that's even like remotely routable with it is Graveyard Ledge.
Graveyard Ledge, Bonk Rocks, and Kingston if they find the boots. Plus that Waterfall Fairy must still be on the back of his mind. Okay, start of Paradox Cave is just bonds and some money. Then we got a Piece of Heart, Blue Mail, that's our first defensive upgrade of the Seed. Another Piece of Heart, and finally our Mitts. Now we can do Dark, East Dark, Death Mount.
Well, some of it. No hook shot.
Well, at least we can check, TR if we really feel like dipping it, and if we have the medallion for it.
Yeah, and that might be painful for Zero if there's nothing in there, because he might dip it for looking for the flute at some point.
And considering Christos does have the flute, he will probably skip out on TR for the time being and head straight to Meyer.
Let's find out what this medallion is. For Zero Rush's sake, it might be hoping for Ether. And it is, so no TR dip at the moment.
Unless he finds like Ether in Super Bunny Cave, that would be annoying. Speaking of annoying, Christos having a little fall with Moldorm, trying to use hammer strats as those the spin slashes that Zero Rush used. And Zero Rush better be counting his stars because he didn't get the Ether Medallion, which means no TR dip for him.
Let's see where he heads to next. This is Green Pendant turn-in, maybe? No? Okay.
No, Zero Rush already did that before he went to pod. I think this is a waterfall.
Right.
Yeah, this is the waterfall fairy check, which isolates Catfish even more. Or no, Ice Palace.
Oh, right. He's got mitts. Yeah, of course. I think, didn't he already do waterfall? I'm not completely certain. I thought he did.
Oh, he did do waterfall. Never mind. I saw only Chris. I thought only Christos did waterfall, but okay.
So to answer chat, yes, this is a potential triple header. If the loser of game 1 wins game 2, they are doing game 3 right after.
Especially right after getting over some New Year's Eve hangovers.
I mean, I can't even do a double header, so I'm super impressed by that. I would think your head would be scrambled one way or another by the third game.
Yeah, your body's gonna be really tired just sitting on a chair or whatever. However, you play a game for 4 straight hours. It's not gonna be fun. Not to mention that your eyes staring at the screen for that same amount of time.
Some super fun hookshot-less rooms here.
Also bootless, since I usually see runners use the boots and bonk off the rocks. So nothing so far in Ice Palace. I think that was our second item so far, that full heart.
Well, we got the big key. I'm not sure. I think that might have been our first, but I may have lost track.
Well, I meant the first non-dungeon item. So Zero Rush getting both bomb jumps in Ice Palace quite handily since he needs the hook shot to get to this side. Depending on the logic, you could find the hook shot in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to figure that out on the fly. I don't know the logic that well. Ether for Meyer. We need ether. Wouldn't be able to go in there without boots or hookshot anyway. I mean, you could go in there, but not do anything.
And we got Kana Burna in Ice Palace, where the vanilla big key usually is. And we're finally getting our first dip into desert as well. And I believe that's all 3 items in Ice Palace. Ice Palace was a bust. Just need to get the crystal, and that's it.
desert is boots locked. We are going to need the boots to get through here with the big key sitting there. That's some harsh news from the seed back to back between that ether requirement and the boots requirement.
Yeah, this is as someone in chat said, that this is a really slow seed. It's very slow enough without the boots, then finding out you need the boots at an hour and 3 minutes in, it's not fun.
I mean, that might be something. It's nice to have the powder regardless.
It's a very nice safety item, but in this case it's kind of a troll because it only unlocks one thing.
And this looks like ice from Christos as well.
I would imagine that after Christos finishes this dungeon, he's gonna give it a pretty cold stare.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. That was something. Let's see where Zero goes.
I'm imagining a Smith chain check.
Yeah, that seems high on the list of possibilities. Could also, I mean, could be leading into a graveyard ledge check and catfish, which he does need to do at some point.
Both are unfortunately long checks. The one yields 2, the other one will yield 3 at least. So it's kind of 50-50 which one he'll go for. But he's gonna opt for the Smiths.
It's going to be extra obnoxious if Magic Pad actually has the progression.
Yeah, this seed seems to have a lot of orphan checks to it, because the runners are always missing one item to make the check complete.
The slowest hammer pegs.
Yeah, ironic if the boots were there, but probably not.
The book's there. We know that doesn't lead to anything in desert. It could be something on the tablets.
That actually makes the routing a little more efficient since he'll be taking a purple chest to the area. And the Smiths were just Fletchers today. Okay, Zero Rush, right, check this cave south of Grove, so he's gonna take the save and quit, and hopefully he'll go through the portal just so he can route in bombos at the same time. But it doesn't look like it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a little sad. Can still do bombos whenever he gets around to doing swamp. Zero.
I think the seed is getting to his head right now. And to answer your question, Chad, no, Zero Rush didn't check bombos before Desert, since they just recently got the book, which is why I mentioned him not going to the portal. He could have routed in bombos in with either going to Desert or to Swamp straight afterwards.
Yeah, we already know from Christos' side this desert is going to be very short. It is hard locked by boots.
Yeah, Zero Rush just saw that compass, realized there's a key on the torch, doesn't matter which one, he's saving and quitting.
Looks like we're about to get at least one graveyard ledge check, but it's on the other side.
And Zero Rush is gonna do Swamp and maybe combine that with Bombos, whichever way he decides to route that in.
Yeah, I would do Bombos first, just in case it has the hook shot, but it looks like he's heading for Swamp.
Yeah, that'd be painful and ironic if it did have the hook shot. Well, maybe not ironic, but yeah, painful. And since people are kind of mentioning it, our pedestal possibilities are just our hook shot and boots. It cannot be ether because ether is required for both pendant TR and crystal Meyer.
Yeah, I think they would love for that to be their go mode. Unfortunately for Zero Rush, it's very well. Okay, that's unfortunate for Zero Rush.
Yeah, that's gonna make him think TR, since he still hasn't gone to Catfish for the flute yet.
I feel responsible for that one, given that I was just explaining how they would like to not find that anytime soon.
Come on, commentators are supposed to kinda lightly curse runs. We haven't really full-on cursed them yet. We aren't Voldemort. Speaking of curses, here's our magic bat curse. I curse thee with...
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, the X... I swore X came before Y, not the other way around, but okay. So back to Zero Rush's screen. Doesn't look like the south chest had anything. So now we have a left side swamp check, which is gonna be slowed down because we're doing it the vanilla way without the hook shot.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fun.
Now, if the hook shot was where the 20 rupees were, that would have been nice, but of course the seed hasn't been nice so far. Let's see what our Bombos tab has. Well, Swamp is nothing. That's 20 rupees.
Yeah, so really just that ether medallion out of swamp. Christo's going to turn in that mushroom. Let's see what's at the end of this chain. I'm going for a green rupee before he walks in here. 3 bombs. It's just about as useful.
So as Chad was pointing out, we both have Ether Tab and Spike Cave left over. I imagine that one of those two is going to be done first. And hopefully for Zero Rush's sake, not a trip into TR, but we'll see.
I mean, if TR's got the goods, there's plenty that it could have, in which case this is not the worst for him. The problem is just he's going to last location catfish, and that's the flute. Like, it's entirely possible that the hookshot's somewhere in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, right up to Trinex if you really wanted to be mean. Since Christos hasn't gone to Swamp yet, he's gonna check Spike Cave first, and then most likely head to Swamp. I think that's his last location at the moment after Spike. And you know what? Progression-wise, it has to be a TR because we can't even go into Mire once Christos gets that ether.
Yeah, no luck on that, Christos.
Okay, can somebody tell me what he was trying to do with that?
And he's going to head into Swamp, looks like, which I think is the play at this point. Like, I think this TR is required.
Yeah, we need either hookshot or boots to get across the gap into Mire, unless you're one of the more dexterous runners and can hover.
Well, you're going to need boots to hover.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm a goof. Yeah, because I don't think he can even bomb jump that gap in Mire, if I recall correctly. So, yeah, TR has to have the goods. Which leads to my next question. If you see one of the two items that you need, would you keep going through TR? Would you bail out immediately?
Well, Zero needs 3 items, which I think would lead him to keep going for sure. Christos, it's a closer call. I would probably keep going because I don't want to have to come back here. But it's, a gamble either way with your time.
I think you're right about that because Christos is already going through the rest of Swamp. Mind you, Swamp is a crystal and TR is a pendant, but I might have considered leaving after seeing that ether, but so far Zero has not found anything in TR. Gonna check Mimic Cave just now. There's gotta be something coming up soon. Please, game.
Well, we'll see what it is. We're running low on possible fetch quests, at least for the truly horrible chains.
As Chad is pointing out, there is still the possibility of PED since hookshot or boots can be on PED. So 50 rupees in the big chest of TR. To answer your question, chat, there's nothing at Lumberjack. It was just, it was trash. I think it was bombs, as I recall.
That feels right, but I'm not totally sure. Yes, I expect Christos will be joining zerorush up on the mountain here shortly.
To answer the question, chat, I believe Christos checked Lumberjack, and I believe it was 3 bombs.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a brief restream issue, so we actually don't know if zerorush checked it or not. Was in that area, but we don't know for sure.
So here we got 4 chests in Laser Bridge. One of them's gonna be a vanilla-ish key. And zerorush deciding to take a few safeties here.
Well, there's Tempered Sword with that cape, because we know that that's on Bumper Ledge. And there's some getting 1.0 potential here, by the way. He needs to be careful, but does get through it.
Okay, is there an item on Trinax? Is that what I'm seeing right now?
That is correct. Also, he doesn't have the powder. This is, he's going to need to be careful here.
Yeah, even with Blue Mail, is that 1 or 2 hits? I can't remember right now.
I believe from the main head it's one hit. I'm not sure about from the small heads.
So I think for Zero Rush's sake, he's hoping for hook shot here instead of boots, because
No.
he'd
Oh
be
boy.
closer to goal. Never. Get your F's in check. Please pay respects. I was kind of wishing Zero would have taken the safety door at the bottom of Laser Bridge, because this adds in about a minute or two longer. Okay, Zero is kind of living up to his name and taking that maze room a little more slowly, using the switches to give him a few iframes here and there. And it's round 2 fight. Let's see if we have a better result here. Not starting off good. What was up with that hitbox?
Gets the higher head down, but not on the rods. She's going to have to deal with some ice.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has to get the max damage potential. He has to do the menuing and switch the hammer after using the ice rod.
Yep, gets through the first phases and heading into the shell explosion here. Going just for hammer hits. Should be good from here. Yeah, there it is.
And the Turtle Rock boss is taken down. Let's see what item we get. What in the world?
Well, so now they go kill Armos and blind. And I mean, they have the book. They could check Ped first, but without the flute, Zero Rush won't.
And we still have Spike Cave. And that's where Zero Rush is going to, Spike Cave.
Yeah, you do Spike Cave first for sure. Bumper Ledge, to answer chat, is Tempered Sword. We have seen it, but they didn't have the cape at the time.
And to answer your question, chat, Ether was in the first chest of Swamp. So we have this Spike Cave check, Armos, which we know doesn't have an item, and then Ped.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to remember if there are any other mirror checks we haven't seen yet, but I am not thinking of any. There are others that Zero Rush has not done yet, so this might actually get him to the flute. Yeah, this is going to get him to do Graveyard Ledge into Catfish, I'm guessing. So that's actually pretty good. Probably will grab that Tempered Sword on the way too, since it's kind of along this path.
Yeah, you don't want to pass it up. But it looks like Zero Rush is...
Oh, okay.
Well, on a full-on rush to pedestal first.
Yeah,
So,
let's see what this is. I think it's progression, so, get your hype in chat.
and even then, even if they see what the item is, it's still not go mode. They need a second item after this one. And here we go.
It's
Well,
boots.
time to be Sonic. So, hour 29 minutes, and we find out it's a pedestal seed.
Well, that's going to lead to a little bit of pain here because that still draws Zero Rush away from the flute. So I think ChristosOwen is still advantaged a little bit, but there aren't really that many checks that Zero will be able to do. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I imagine after this Armos kill, he's gonna do the North Dark Death Mountain checks. Sorry, they say Dark Death Mountain, I meant Dark World.
Okay, I was about to say, don't get 1-0'd for Christos. I don't want to see a crash here.
Oh, so please get that safety door. I know you have the powder to powder those anti-fairies, but we don't want you to suffer what Zero Rush just did.
Yeah, it grabs it and then takes the death. I don't think that was intentional, but not that unfortunate.
I'm not sure if that sword slash was intentional to knock him off, but it was a nice iframe boost. Alright, Christos never got the blue cane, so he was slightly out of logic with that, unless there was a change in V31 that I'm not aware of. So you got simultaneous boss fights right now. Zero Rush gonna take out the Armos, gonna go for the quick kill, while Christos has to deal with menu simulator, I don't know, 2.0. Yeah, immediate save and quit from Zero Rush's side after getting Eastern. Now he's gonna get the boots to at the pedestal.
Yeah, I gotta say, I feel like our runners might be regretting their triple header decision at an hour and a half in and still multiple items from go mode.
Yeah, imagine if all their seeds were pet seeds, they'll probably be regretting that decision even more. So I'm hoping that Christos, after he does Spike Cave, will be able to logic out that he needs to go to Eastern Palace immediately afterwards and not even bother checking Ped for confirmation, because I believe that's his complete last location. And at 1 hour and 33 minutes, we finally got boots. Still not in go mode. And it looks like Zero, since he's in the area, he's gonna do those North Dark World checks. Hopefully that leads him to Catfish and the Flute.
Yeah, I mean, this gets him over to, Bonk Rocks plus King's Tomb. Gonna grab that Tempered Sword, it looks like.
And I was right about my prediction. Christos did logic out that it is a pet seed at the very least. It's gonna go and kill Armo.
Yeah, Chad is pointing out it is possible for the hookshot to be in the bottommost chest in Hookshot Cave with boots. That would be brutal given how isolated that check is now.
And Zero Rush, remember that he hasn't checked, because we didn't see it earlier, but it looks like he never checked the Lumberjack up until now. Gonna be happy that he doesn't have to do Ago.
That would be the worst Agaped seed, where you have to have an Aga required item on Lumberjack and Boots their own ped.
I've seen 2 Aga pet seeds before, and not recently, but I've seen them before, and they were not pretty. Actually, one of them was pretty funny because this was still at the time when we were still allowing hints. And the hints told you everything, where everything was in that seed. Apparently, I missed the Aga pet seed last night.
These extra checks don't really give anything, but looks like he is continuing on. That probably means Catfish. Or goes back to Dark World and then save continues out.
I think he's going straight for Desert, hoping for the last, since there are 2 items in Desert.
Well, there's 2 items in Desert and 2 more behind it because it's our last 5/6 crystal for Pyramid Fairy. I don't hate it, but it means he's going to last location Catfish. That is going to be really bad for him.
And it looks like both runners are converging. Well, same area but different worlds. And it actually doesn't really matter on Christos' side because it basically, well, he hasn't checked Balrogs, but basically it's either Meyer or Desert that has the progression. He's gonna do both of them straight.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure there's that many areas besides that can have the progression. It's that or basically Hookshot Cave, which again is the funniest option for those of you who are mean in chat.
I'm already mean enough for asking for tile room for the Ganontar's big key game, which we'll get to later. I'm not gonna be that mean right now. I mean, finding out so late that it's a Aga. Sorry, not Aga. It's a pet seed. I think they've had enough for the seed. So I kind of wish it wasn't a double slash triple header because I want to kind of get their thoughts before the next game. So Fronted Desert didn't have anything. Will Landmo have one of our last items? Or our very last item that we need? While Christos had to deal with the cutscene chest and Meyer.
Zero Rush runs out of magic for that last fire rod shot.
Doesn't matter. 2 Psycho Landmo, not bad. And Desert did not have the progression. So will Meyer have our hook shot?
Well, Desert didn't have the progression directly, but it could have been blocking it. I'm guessing we see the Pyramid Fairy out of Zero Rush here. Can't do anything else in Swamp, can't get into Meyer. Obviously, already full cleared the pendants.
And you know, Hook, that Pyramid Fairy might also help lead them into Catfish.
I mean, maybe, but if it actually has the hook shot, probably not. And if it doesn't have the hook shot and it's in Meyer, Christos is hugely advantaged. Really, the best case, I think, for Zero at this point is that it's in Hookshot Cave. Oh, that's right. He didn't do Bombos, did he?
No, he skipped out on that when he first dipped the desert. So, based on what chat's saying, doesn't look like we had anything in Meyer either. Just 2 pieces of heart. I was looking, but it didn't look like anything panned out.
Yeah. I'm guessing, to answer some of what chat's speculating on, I'm guessing both of these runners feel like they're losing very badly. Both of them have taken deaths on balsas. Obviously, the seed has played out in kind of rude ways for moves that both of them have made. So yeah, there's a pretty good chance we're about to find Hookshot here, in which case Zero Rush will rightly go straight into Swamp Palace to finish it out and look for the flute. Given that he's already done left side, it won't cost him that much time that he's not go moding it.
Okay, how did that lightning not hit Christos? That was crazy. So Pyramid Fairy, what you got? You got Mirror Shield. Oh, brother.
I think that means it is in Hookshot Cave, which is hilarious.
Okay, I think we need to reprogram.
No, never mind. It's in Vitreous.
Oh, it's on Vitreous? Oh, I guess we missed out on the item count. So at an hour, 44 minutes and 23 seconds, ChristosOwen is in go mode.
Yep, and this flute will probably send Zero Rush over there as well, but Christos is in the lead, I would say, for sure. It's going to be Desert right now versus Meyer in a minute or two. And Zero will be full clearing Meyer, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because Big Key and Meyer was at the cutscene chest at the vanilla chest. It's vanilla chest. So yeah, that he's gonna be on a full clear. Plus, he has to take a minute or two to activate the flute. So, since Chad is kind of asking, do you think Christos will go after that bacon sword, tempered sword at the bumper cape, or is he just gonna gamble that's in Ganon's tower, or maybe the silvers as well?
I mean, I don't think it's really a gamble. I think he probably just goes and does Master Sword Silverless if he has to. What's the time on getting that sword, like for the flute and everything? Probably 30, 45 seconds, something like that. And like the odds are pretty good that you get the last sword or silver arrows in GT.
Yeah, they full cleared the rest of the game. The only thing that would be left are Hookshot Cave and GT.
I like how people are throwing numbers in chat. Even if I were inclined to indulge that guessing game, that was only the 6th crystal.
Yeah, we're not done yet, chat. We're not done yet, chat. Gotta give it like 3 more minutes. Yeesh, I'm actually having flashbacks to when I actually did that, and I was the one that said it on comms.
Zero Rush is trying to avoid going into Mire without the hook shot, looks like.
Not completely sure I agree with this play, but I'm assuming that last location of the flute is kind of influencing this. And he probably has a facepalm right now. So just to recap the seed, it's pretty much it was a very stingy seed overall. It was bouncing all over the place, and at 1 hour and 23 minutes in, they find out that it was actually a ped seed with the boots there. And that ped seed wasn't even go mode. They still had to find a hook shot, which Zero Rush will find once he beats Vitreous.
I'm not sure what that was.
Me neither. I hope that doesn't crash Zero's game. That would be really rude. And an already rude seed. And Zero Rush gonna ignore the memes, deciding to bird ignore instead of bird toss.
I mean, in fairness, you just entered go mode at like an hour 45 in. I would also ignore memes. Or he's not even in go mode yet.
No, not until at the end of Mario will he be in go mode. So Christos deciding that he'd rather not deal with Menu Simulator, Electric Boogaloo, decides I'll just use Master Sword Swipes.
Yeah,
And
this is confirmation, I think, that he's not going to get that sword. If you were going to get it, you'd get it before Argus.
Alright, chat. Now we can play the Grandest Tower Big Key guessing game. Put a number in chat, a whole number in chat, not an integer, not a decimal, not a fraction, not an
Hang on. What do you think an integer is?
Well, I said whole number. Okay, not a negative number, excuse me, but integer is part of whole numbers. Anyway, get a number between 1 and 22 in chat. Let's see where the big key guessing game is. Mercer, where do you usually like to see it?
Where do I like to see it? 2 after a small key and 1. But where is it going to be for this seed? I'm going to go with 22.
Yeah, I usually go 22, but after this seed, I think I'd rather call for a 1 at this point. Just to balance it out.
Yeah, I don't know what routing Christos does. Famously, he did do a tile room first play that worked out at least once.
Well, if you're behind, you kind of have to take a gamble and can't expect the standard route to work.
I mean, if I were Christos, I would probably feel behind at this point, given the death on Mothula, given the way this seed has gone, given that you're entering a GT at 152.25. But nope, left side first.
So check number 1. We got Compass. We also got Zero Rush forgetting to turn on switches.
I mean, I don't know why he's skipping that. How are you going to find out where Aghanim is?
So check number 2. We got a small key, 10 arrows for number 3. Don't know what Ruby that was, but we're getting Dark Magician from Crystal. So 6 was a small key, 7 was a small key. and rightfully skipping Tile Room because that's slow as much as I love it. And at an hour, 53 minutes, and 40 seconds, Zero Rush is in go mode. And probably not feeling good about this go mode.
I cannot imagine.
To answer your question, chat, what gave Chris this lead was the fact he checked Catfish for the flute a lot earlier than Zero did.
Yeah, Zero Rush has a whole bunch of saving quits as a result of that, in addition to just having to eventually last location Catfish. Also, Zero Rush took a death on Trinex that sent him all the way back to the Mimic Cave entrance. Christo's going with like the full Dark Magician strats all the way to Ice Armos.
So I believe this is 14. I actually lost count. Sorry, that's number... No, that was number 12. 12. 13, 14, 15's at Armos. So 13 at the vanilla big key chest is a map. And then 14 is a small key. 15 is bombs. Oh boy. So we got left side and tile room crystals. Oh boy.
The tile room is like check 16. Okay, sure.
Okay, this is kind of the weirdest way to get a tile room check, but okay. I mean, you only see this at either number 3 if you're really behind, or number 22 if it's last location, but wow.
Yeah, there will be a chance for Zero Rush to gain back some time, assuming that it's not actually here in Tile Room, if he just goes full left or does the hope to left strats. Well, there's his Tempered Sword. I think that cost him much more time than getting the one on Bumper Ledge. Not like miles more time, but probably an extra 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think that saved time on the Ganon fight at all. So this is 17, which is a full heart. And crystals ran out of magic. That's not typical.
If only he had a red boomerang.
We haven't even seen the blue boomerang yet. That's weird.
And there it is.
Finally, number 18 is our winner. After that weird route.
I'm sure that's the chest everybody who picked 18 had in mind.
And then chat just scrolled too far. We can't even see who's guessed 18, but whoever did, congratulations. So let's see. Normal hope to left side route is that chest 9? Chest 9, and then add in another board. It's usually 9 or 13. That's that fire snake room chest.
Yeah, and Christos grabbing a refill in that room. Also, I don't know what chat's talking about when they say nobody won this seed. I feel great about it.
Well, I don't think the runners won this seed. They're probably loathing the next couple if they're gonna be this bad. Well, yeah, whoever's just coming in right now, please watch the VOD. This seed was something.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the loser, probably Zero Rush, picks for the settings change. I'm guessing something to make it shorter.
Which would make it shorter, 6.6 or fast cannon?
That depends, but I think on average fast cannon is actually a little bit shorter.
Well, they're definitely not gonna take map and compass shuffle, so. But I'll be surprised. To answer question chat, yes, pedestal was required. It had the boots, which because Desert Big Key was on its torch. And since we kind of blinked and missed it, Christos took out the gauntlet really quickly.
Oh, hey, he got both tempered and silvers out of GT. There you go.
Well, now there's our time savings from that weird tile room, whatever it was.
Well, if anything, that actually gives back some of the time, because now you don't save 12 spins on Phase 4 Ganon, but... I mean, they basically had to be there or rando room at this point anyway, I guess. There were some chests in Swamp that didn't get checked.
Plus, Christos didn't check right side of Ice Palace. So Zero Rush now getting his big key. He's gonna hit up the tower. Wow, Christos is gonna deal with our trigonometry boss. I think that was a double at the start, and a single just now.
Yeah, I'm the worst at telling when they're valid separate hits or just counting as one.
Yeah, those two hits were pretty close together, so you can tell by sound cues, but I think it sounded like one to me. Anywho, time for the fight with the big pig. Let's see what fact he has for us today. And it's about land slugs. So now we got 12 slashes on Phase 1, followed by another 12 slashes in Phase 2. Nice placement here, gets him to do double spin hits, makes the fight go fast.
Yeah, it gets the 2+1 opening 2 cycles on phase 1, 1 on phase 2.
Well, there's 4 more slashes on the most trolly phase, the teleport phase. Not so trolly today. Are you gonna see a triple here? I imagine at least a double. Oh, he just held off.
I don't think he had a triple anyway, but gets it right there. Just gotta make it across this bridge and get your GGs in chat.
After crossing the little bridge, ChristosOwen has won this game 1. I don't have SRL up, so I don't know what the official times are.
Official time is going to be 2 hours, 4 minutes, 34 seconds.
And lots of rage.
Yeah, we will not be having interviews. Again, this is game 1 of a potential triple header if Zero Rush wins game 2. Which is a shame because I'm sure they would love to talk about this seed.
Yes, and talk about how trolly this seed is. Hello, Christos, GG's.
Hello.
Okay, I'm proven wrong. Oh, hi, Christos. And bye, Christos.
Oops. I think he clicked something by accident.
And I believe we have just been joined by Christos once more.
Hi, sorry, I can hear you guys now. I didn't turn my headphones on because I'm pretty stupid. Well, that was an adventure. I'm extremely surprised. Zero Rush didn't crush me by like 20 minutes. I was in total disbelief that I won that game. Honestly, like I've talked about it in chat in the race channel, but wow, that was an absolute catastrophe.
Yeah, this is one of the more amazing seeds I've seen in a while. Anything in particular stand out?
I made a lot of mistakes. Dying on Mothula, dying in Spike Cave, general bad sloppy movement. And then my brain just gave up in Ice Palace. Like Ice Palace was just too powerful for me today. And I couldn't think how to route it. And I jumped down the hole and was like, why have I done that? I have the big key, I should have checked Ice Big Chest. And at that point I was like, you know what? Let's just nope out of Ice Palace and pray to the gods that there's nothing in there. And then I ended up like full clearing everything else, and the only thing I had left was Pedestal. And I was like, well, I can't go back to Ice Palace. If something's in there, you know, I'm dead. I've already lost, so it's just pointless. And ended up blind pulling Pedestal, finding boots. And I was like, well, okay, maybe. But like, even at that point, I still didn't believe I could win. Because I didn't even check it. And I figured like, well, a smart person would have checked the Pedestal with the boots much earlier with the book. Yeah, I honestly didn't believe. Even entering GT, I didn't believe I was going to win, so I ran a GT really poorly in the end. Although I found a bonus sword, which actually ended up saving time, I'm pretty sure, and was possibly faster than getting the sword from Pump Cave. You know, like beating Agatu, dropping into Pyramid, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this. He's going to put that any second. And didn't even get the one-on-one on Ganon. It was, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it back. Just can't believe it.
Well, congratulations. Good luck in game 2, which I know is coming up momentarily, so you've got to completely forget everything you just did.
Gladly.
And I see that zerorush has selected 6-6 for game 2. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, it is. Which honestly is not my preference, but hopefully it will be a quicker seed, so I'll at least be happy about that. But yeah, hopefully it's just anything better than what we just had, please, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, less likely that there'll be a pedestal seed for 6-6.
Anyway. But yeah, unless you have something else, we'll let you get back to getting ready.
Yeah, I'll go and set up for that. So thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for commentating. And yeah, hopefully game 2 is entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, if everybody should give our runners a follow in the downtime between these races, it's ChristosOwen and zerorush. You should also like to give a shout out to my co-com here, zerorush, and our tracker, oh dear, Lysney, which I have just butchered, but vowels. Also, for more tournament action, stay right here. There's another game between these two, and that was crazy. Anything else from you today before we let them get going for game 2?
Nope. Let's just keep watching. Let's see this race, this whole match, all the way through. Let's hope it's just as entertaining, though hopefully not as trolly as this seed was.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the next one. I'm guessing with 6-6 that we will not have finish times that start with 2.
Agreed. So let me just get who's next up. So game 2 is gonna be coming up shortly. We'll be having Apathy Duck and Chelsea X Lynn on comms, as well as Bandman25 on tracking. Yes, I see you, Chelsea, in the chat.
Yeah, it'll be a little delayed from the scheduled start time because, again, 2 hours and 4 minutes for the winning time and 2:08 on zerorush's side. But definitely looking forward to that. This will be a lot of fun, and we'll clear out to allow them to get set up and going, but I would expect it in like 20-25 minutes.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching this first race. Thank you, Mercer. Thank you. I'm not gonna butcher our tracker's name. And let's get on to game 2. See you later, guys.